Fair enough.
Oh.
Well, that's how we feel tonight, huh?
Here we go.
Just fuck it. Just fuck
Here
it.
we go.
So you trying to be like Jay last week? Okay. That's
What are you
fair.
talking about? I was smoking before we even got on last week.
I'm talking. No, you
Oh,
remember
last
Jay
week I was
last
done.
week though?
Last week I was done.
Yeah,
Hell,
we
high ass.
fried last week.
It was amazing.
Fried.
It was a
Well,
great
me and
day.
Jay were both. See, you got off the shit too early, but like we were both stoned as fuck by the time we were done.
What
Yeah.
do we talk about? What do we even talk about?
Emotional rappers, like rappers who were like cool with being like vulnerable and shit, like the Kanye's, the Drakes, the Lupe,
Yeah,
Kid Cudis.
I remember.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, Kanye started that shit, man.
Are you smoking and drinking Natter Days?
Oh,
Yeah. I got an out today.
Nice.
we can get wild if you want to.
Woo!
It don't matter to me.
Mm.
But
Okay,
yes,
well,
to answer your question, I am smoking weed and drinking natural eggs.
I have not had Crown Royal in a while.
This is probably the first time I've had Crown since the Little Brother show. No, I was drinking. What the fuck was I drinking that at? Basil Hayden.
Okay.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, you know.
I'm bringing this back.
It's been a minute since I've drank Crown. So.
I'm bringing
Jay's
it
saying
back.
he's changing his name again.
I'm not changing it. I'm just bringing it back.
I
You
can't.
see Kyle's face?
No, I can't see anybody's name, so I was like, "What?"
Oh no, right here. Look at my boobies.
Look at my movies.
I still wish you had that name, yeah. That was the best DJ name ever. I cannot get this bottle of Crown open for shit. But with that being said, welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Poor Decisions Podcast. I don't know why I have scissors in my hand, but I am Xavier James.
I'm DJ A1. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, DJ A1 with 3 Ys.
I am Willie Graves on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Tinder, TikTok, Black Planet, OnlyFans, Grindr, all of it.
Grindr. You just gonna throw Grindr out there like that?
Hey, it was said last week, so I mean, like I said, it's 2020. It is what it is.
Fans are fans.
Might be a
But we have a guest. Hey, guest.
We have a
introduce yourself.
guest.
Yeah, I'm Johnny O. At Johnny O Comedy on everything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the above.
Hey.
So,
Johnny O is one of my favorite people. I just want to let y'all know that. He's one of my
And
favorite people.
Jono and I have
Not a
gotten belligerent drunk together on
Oh,
many occasions.
Belligerent those days, man.
Like literally through our whole teens and early 20s.
all
Me and
day.
this man were putting them away. Here's to you, Jono.
Cheers, bro. Finding beard, ripping them back, trying to finger some girls, fucking running from the cops.
Smoking Reggie.
It's the Wild West, bro.
Wow.
Smoking
Oh.
Reggie and shit.
Yeah, that brick weed.
That's what you do? You do Vink?
We just come in brick.
But the reason we are all here, because we are all fucking entertainers in some fashion. And there are a lot of ups and downs that come with that shit. And that's what the fuck we're here to talk about, is the ups and downs of being entertainers on a very, very low scale. So anybody want to kick it off? Because
Fuck,
I
man.
talk too much.
It's tough, dude, with this everything shutting down. It's scary, man. Like what's opening back up and what's gonna survive. It's gonna be the ones who've already made it controlling time. That's the scary part for me. It's like the dude's already ready to rock. They're gonna get first come, first serve of this with limited access. So it's like, shit.
Hey, man. I'm gonna just put it to you. I'm gonna just be honest with everybody. Like, as much as I would love to get back to performing and shit, it's just like I just don't trust niggas right now. Like, I don't trust nobody right now. And it's like I can be around y'all, but like I'm trying to imagine like being in a club,
No
like
chilling.
a packed venue, and it's just people on top of people, and everybody's drinking and sweating, and to me it's just too fucking much. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Like, it's just a personal level thing for me. But
I did my first open mic on Tuesday this week and bombed my fucking dick off, dude. Like, because there's nothing to write about. There's no.
Right.
So I just went off. I just tried to write about I just ate a bag of shit.
You wrote about Earth? What's the crazy thing about Earth?
The thing about Corona, guys, like, I'm not doing that shit either.
No,
Bunch
don't
of
do it.
hacks.
yo, but that's the shit, yo. Like, I talk about this a lot. Like, just being a musician, it's like or being a rapper, there's so many avenues to hip hop, and specifically battle rap is where I always go with this.
Yeah.
Is like, or even just general lyricism. Like, how many coronavirus bars are we gonna have to get through before it's like, all right, man, like we lived it. Like we know, like that shit ain't really that cool. You know what I mean? Like, so I can only imagine for you, John, that it's like trying to come up with material is like.
That's the easy shit. Like, I wish I would have went with that just to get my fucking feet back, get wet again. Like,
Right.
I went way too big for my britches and ate shit. But felt good at least trying again. At least having people out there a little bit.
Right.
That was tight.
Jay, what's it been like for you though? Like, as far as like being a DJ and shit.
It's tough, man. It's tough because a lot of it is thriving off of other people's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And what we were forced to do, what was once revolutionary back in like March, was go on live and kind of like just do your little mix there. But like for me personally, it sucks because I can't vibe off of what a like button. I can't vibe off of somebody saying play that shit again or whatever. I vibe off the actual people dancing, like you said, sweating, like the actual like noise of it all. And it's also been tough because once everything kind of opened up a little bit more, it didn't really open. So like my job is to bring people in, let alone sustain those people, and you can only do half the capacity. It's not the same. So I've been lucky enough to like book a gig on Sunday at this spot called Second Chance. But who knows how long that's going to be? You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll be up there Sunday, dude. They're doing open mics there at 7 before you go on. So I'll sit up there.
All right, we get fucked up.
Who's gonna be up there?
We're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, it's gonna be fuck it, dude. It's gonna be
Which
great.
is hilarious because everyone's gonna see this 6 days after that shit happens.
Hey, next Sunday I'll be up there next
That
Sunday.
shit was right.
Every Sunday.
Next week we'll be talking about how it was on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, you know how we do. Like, we just come up with shit on the fly. Like, y'all want to do this shit this week? Like, all right. You know what I mean? Well, like, Will has, like, just, I mean, you secretly, you've mentioned you've been working on some stuff, and I know you've recently gotten into photography and shit. Like,
Yes,
has
sir.
this affected you in any way, shape, or form?
So, like, it has, but it hasn't, if it makes any sense. Like, it has because I had a lot of things that were kind of in the works that a lot of people have gotten pushed back or afraid of, and I can't fault them. I can't hold them any blame on that at all. But I'm still getting a little bit of little shoots here and there when it comes to the photography thing. And as for like my own project, I've just been writing. Like I'm more afraid to be in a closed room with anybody. You know what I mean? Unless it's somebody I know and I trust and I know that they've been good or whatever. I'm taking my time with everything right now.
I mean, I feel you on that. I know for me, this shit has been the gift and the curse, like,
Absolutely.
because it's given me more time to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But at the same time, I want to like share the I'm a rapper, so it's like I want to share this shit with people. I want to perform. I want to do this. I want to do that. So it's like what I'm passionate about the most, which is performing, I can't do, but it's also given me the creative space to literally 4 months of just having to be creative. Like, I mean, I mixed a song for what, 3 weeks, one song for 3 weeks straight, just trying to get it perfect, trying to get it perfect. And then like, I'm like, yo, you got 11 more songs you have to mix, sir. So like,
calm your ass down.
But I finished it yesterday. Like, I'm not touching it again. Y'all just gonna get whatever version it comes out as. Like, I'm not.
And then at the same time, when it comes to this, like, we have now time to put in like what we want when we come back. You know what I mean? When everything does open back up, when we can start doing shows again, like we can come out swinging to the point where let motherfuckers stay shocked and awed at the end.
Yeah, you got finished product ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like for you though, John, like shit like this kind of like, I know if I've always wanted to. We've talked about this. I've always wanted to dabble in stand-up comedy just because of like how my wit works and like my sense of humor towards shit. But like, I know for me, this would be material central if I were a stand-up comedian, because I spend most of my time scrolling Facebook and just watching people do dumb shit. Like old girl who got her fucking face blown off.
Yeah.
Bro.
That nigga car on fire.
Bro.
Like, Brett. Yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The funniest part of that video isn't the explosion.
No.
The funniest part of that video is how hard that bitch head hits that Ford, and then how she crawls away and then runs back to get her shit and leaves.
Mhm.
What'd you say, Jay? I can't hear shit.
Yeah, that's brutal, man.
Yeah, Jay, nothing. No sound, sir.
Shit.
There you
Oh.
We got a little bit.
Okay.
We got a little something. I can't hear you. Barely can hear you, Brett. And just go out and come back in, nigga. You sounded fine a second ago. But yeah, like,
Yeah, it's tough, man. But yeah, like for me, like my route, it's easier if I tell a story that I lived or something.
right.
It's less fake, it's easier to just kind of spit and actually have a conversation, comes off real.
Like riffing.
Yeah. But like that stuff's great too, but like that takes a lot more writing because it's like comments on that, I gotta comment, like then it's like I gotta keep writing and writing. I'd rather build a story with jokes in it.
Right.
It's tough. It's just hard. It's especially it's like comedy's kind of like lifting weights. You don't lift for 4 months, you lose. You can't go pick up the same amount of weights you were pushing before,
Right.
and you go back to
That's for
old
damn
material.
sure.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's like that's the thing about comedy is you got to have reps and you got to have people in front of you. There's some clowns out here doing Zoom stand-up comedy, which is not real. It's like
The energy, man. The energy.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
there it is.
Ignore what I just sent you then.
But yeah, the energy ain't there no more, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then,
I
like you
wasn't
said, it's
being- Go ahead.
no, I was to say it's kind of like piggybacking off of what you said, Jay. Like you can do a live stream DJing, but if you're not hearing any kind of participation, if you're not hearing any kind of feedback, like it's not. I'm not going to say what's the point, but it's a different.
It's an
feeling.
exercise,
Yeah,
but it's not.
like you're sharpening your
pushing
tool,
yourself.
but
Yeah. You're not sharpening yourself. Yeah.
I think another part that sucks about being an artist is that, first of all, we don't know how long this COVID thing's going to be. So, like, the material that we come out with can be dated quickly. You know?
very quickly.
You would have, like, say you could come up with, like, some, you don't even have to be comedian. Like, comedy is probably, like, you got to get that shit out and be
Yeah, when you get an idea, you want to
like,
go. Yeah.
music, like, luckily we're in an age where, like, the music kind of sounds the same no matter what genre you're in.
True.
But like especially like trap music, right? But like, what if that trap music is dated like 2 months from now? You know what I mean? Like,
True. Very true.
Well, see, that's a question I always have. Like, as someone who raps, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been able to float in and out of styles and like kind of mess with what's happening now and what's not. But like, I've always had that question for other artists who just mimic sounds. Like, this is what's hot right now. Like, I know plenty of motherfuckers.
like Mims.
This is why I'm hot.
This is why I'm not.
Like, Yo had one song and wasn't hot no more. That song was barely hot as is. Like, the shit was dope, but it didn't really go. Anyway, my
The
point
rock
is,
remix was fire though. The Travis
we'll
Barker
talk
remix.
about that post this, because I know nothing about that. But like, that's always been my question is like, you guys are in the house being creative, and that's dope. Like, I appreciate anybody who's like who's staying true to their craft, if you will. But like, if your craft is hype and clout chasing, like, what are you gonna do in 2021? Hip hop evolves like what? Like every year and a half?
Yeah, not
Like-
probably. I mean, quicker than that almost now. The internet. That's the thing too. Is the internet? It's all international. The European wave can come hit everybody's ears, and now that's what they're into, and you're like, what?
Right. But like, my question is like, you take someone like Kendrick, right?
Yeah.
Like, Kendrick was running shit for a while, and then like trap came out of nowhere. Like, it was still around, but it wasn't in the forefront like it is now. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, so I always wonder, like, what are you guys gonna do? All right, you do one auto-tuned sound. Are you just gonna shift with the times, or are you gonna come up with your own thing? And I think with John, me, Will, and Jay, it's like we can evolve at any given time, and a lot of people can't do that shit. Like, they're stuck to one lane. Where I pride myself on being versatile as fuck. I can do shit with metal bands. I can do shit with trap niggas. I can do shit with EDM DJs. A lot of people can't do that shit. You know what I mean? But like, I don't want to harp too much on the downs as much as like I would also like to get into some of the ups. Like, so like, what are some of the ups that you guys have realized as far as being creators or just in your own personal kind of way?
Networking and meeting people, man.
Yeah.
100%. Like this, being an entertainer has opened up so many lanes to where I've met people that I never thought I would.
Right.
And I've made contacts with people that I never thought I would, you know? And it's just, it's something to feel high about, but at the same time, it's something to feel very, very humble about.
Right. I mean, I can only speak for myself, and I agree with you on that, Will. Like, doing this shit, I've got to do a lot of cool shit. You know what I mean? Like, I know we, you know, we don't win. I would like to keep it this way, but the three of us never argue in public. Like, never. So people never know what we're talking about, never know what we're doing. If we're mad at each other, any of that shit, they just see shows, posts. Like, the one thing that we've always been able to do is just, no matter what mood anyone is in, is like, the three of us have always been very good at communicating with each other, which has gotten us into a lot of fucking dope shit. Like, bro, I got to open for my idol. Like, granted, that was 2 years ago, but still, it happened. You know what I mean? It's something I wouldn't have been able to do if I wasn't on this path. You know what I mean? I've got to open for a lot of people's idols. Like, I mean, I can run down the list of Wu-Tang members, hip-hop legends, John O. chugging Fireball. Like, I'm not mad at it. Get in where you fit in, bro. I think that's one of the cool things. Like, and I don't want to harp too much on the COVID shit. Like, I just mean as far as being entertainers. Like,
Yeah.
we've gotten to do a lot of dope shit, yo. Like, not too many motherfuckers can be like, yo, I opened for Method Man and Tech Nine in under a calendar year. Like,
That's really fucking cool, man.
you know what I mean? Like, we can say that. The three of us can sit here and be like, yep, we did that. You know what I mean? Black, Smack, Lethal. Like, I can just speak for myself at certain points, but like, opening for Ghostface Killer, Sean Price, Boot Camp Click, KRS-One, Bone Thugs and Harmony, fucking Red and Meth, Little Brother, Tech Nine, Stevie Stone. Like, with the list is, and that wasn't a flex. That's just facts, motherfucker. That shit was a flex. Fuck y'all. I busted my ass for that shit. I busted my fucking ass for that
shit.
Fuck yeah. Dude, for me, it's different. Like, I'm only a year into comedy, but for me, it's like being on the same stage as like Norm Macdonald, being on the same stage as guys, like just getting the opportunity to even get out there,
Right.
put myself out there. I got lucky, dude. I started out in Jersey. I was living up in Jersey, started off in clubs only. So like just highest level possible, highest, like I feed off of fear and back against the wall shit. Like, I love that shit. Down here in Baltimore, it's not much opportunity like it is in Jersey, which is fine. But I'm still like, I still know what it feels like. So it's like still like, just like, get me out of these fucking bars, man. Give me a Magoobies. Put me up. Put me up.
There's something just to be said about that fear.
Yeah.
That fear, if you keep it with you, it makes for the best content. My first show with these two.
Nigga, don't act like your first show. Nigga, you be panicked every show.
listen, I'm gonna get to that. I was scared shitless my first show with these two. Anxiety skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And then we came out, we did our fucking thing, and then I kept that same energy literally every single show since then.
Once that bell rings,
it's go time.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Like, it's too late to be a pussy now. Like, let's
go. Oh, exactly.
Fucking, I'm fired up right now thinking about it, dude.
Leave it all on stage.
Quit on me 2 hours before we go on stage, not 2 minutes before we go on stage. Like,
before they even call my name, I'm going, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Get out of here. Just run.
We had I would send them a text message literally before every show and this is how I knew whether or not it was going to be a good show, is if I threw up beforehand. Every show
Yeah.
that I have thrown up beforehand, it's been an
Every show you
amazing
threw
show.
up.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jay?
So every show you must have thrown up then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a bad show.
We haven't.
It's great.
Like, nah.
Yeah, man. You can't.
No.
The moment's got to be big enough for everyone, or it's not. It falls apart. It's great, man.
Exactly.
But I know
It's
Johnny
even harder
O.
for you guys, man. 'Cause it's just on me. Like having to work together with people, man. It's way harder, dude. Way harder.
Honestly,
Johnny
bro.
O. I know Johnny O works better under pressure though, because he's, I know him from being a salesman. You know what I mean? And like I was gonna say, I work better under pressure because like it's almost like Adderall. Like when Will's like losing his shit, like where's Jay or unnamed people, where's Jay? You know what I mean? Like they were like, where's Jay at? Where's Jay? But like that's my Adderall. Like once that pressure hits, like I'm already focused on.
I'll just walk right
yeah,
on. All right, yeah.
I'm already like, yeah, my heart might be racing, but I'm not like, let's do this. I'm more like, like I'm like in my own fucking zone,
Time slows down, man. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I guess for like my aspect of it is like, I've been doing it so long that I don't get nervous anymore. Like, there's no fear. Like, I'm the most comfortable you will ever see me is on stage. I'm 100% myself on stage. Like,
Yeah.
you have to like taper shit for people when you're in public. On stage, I'm just who I want to be. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like, da-da-da-da-da. I'm really up there I realized this at the Little Brother show. I'm up there for myself. Like, I'm having a good time. Boo me if you want. I don't give a fuck. But not like, I still get anxious. Like, I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, truth be told, the moment I hate the most about shows is the segue. Like, when one act goes off and we're next, I hate that 15 minutes because I just want to go. Like, I'm just like, let's go. Like, fuck all this extra shit. Like, and that 10 minutes feels like an hour. Like, you're just like.
Break down that 10 minutes even more. Break it down to like literally the 2 minutes before we walk on stage where we're side stage psyching each other up. I'm ready to fucking go. Like, let's fucking go. Yeah.
Typically, side stage, I don't want to talk. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
We're both in our own world until that intro comes up. We give each other daps and we call it.
Yelling at you, though.
Like, usually your head, just running the set list.
Yeah.
Running all
honestly,
your
I blank. If you talk to me, number one, you might get cussed out. But if I don't know you and you talk to me like 30 seconds to 2 minutes before I go on stage, I can't tell you what the first song is or how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just space out.
Yo, that is the realest shit he's ever said.
Yeah. I hear that, dude. I hear that.
Like, I never know where we are in the set.
There are multiple times that he's come to me. All right, what's the first song? What's the first song?
Or like,
What's
I'll
the
go
first
to
song?
Jay and be like, where are we?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I'm just in the moment, so I don't give a fuck what's happening. Like, it's just
and
like,
DJ's got to be the anchor, right? Like,
Absolutely.
and that's the thing is, this is the most panic-inducing motherfucker when his show's going down because we can never find him.
And he's the calmest motherfucker in the world too, all day.
We literally can't find him half the time we're about to go on stage.
Oh,
Like,
I love that.
it's like, we're like, where is he? Where's Jay? Where's Jay? Where's Jay? And then it's like, he's on stage and we're like, we've been here for 10 minutes. How the fuck did he even, like, it's the weirdest shit. Like, he just appears, but that's our dynamic. It's like, Will panics. I don't want to talk. Jay is doing God knows what. But that 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes that we're on stage, it's like, people are like, oh, yeah. Like, you guys
It's
really
great, man. It's cool knowing guys like you guys, man. I was I always talk shit. Like, I'm gonna do stand up one day. I'm gonna do stand up one day. Finally took my buddies they're a hip hop group too. Give them a shout out. Habitus Charm out of Silver Spring.
Shout out to y'all.
Dudes.
Shout out.
But I was like, yo, I see Kyle, see Jay doing their things. I was like, my buddies do like, fuck it, man. Stop talking shit. Like, if these guys can do it, I can do it. And it's like, it's a good motivation. Like,
we inspire him to do comedy. Ain't that some shit?
I got friends at the high level. Like, I can do it too, man. Let's fucking do this shit.
But that's the thing, the flip side of shit like that is like, we have friends that do comedy that we can introduce you to. Like, it's nothing for me to get you in a position where you could potentially be on a show with Tony Woods. You know what I mean? Like, all I gotta do is talk to one person.
Yeah, it'd be great.
You know what I mean? Like, our boy Eddie.
That's my big problem in Baltimore. Coming down from Jersey is a lot of Baltimore is how long you've been doing it, who you know, and I don't know nobody. And to them, it's just I started the day I came to Baltimore. Nothing I did before here mattered, which is normal.
Right.
There's a line, and that's cool. So yeah, take you up on that anytime.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing is I won't say I, but I'm eventually going to explain those to them, is that, like, they kind of know I've been mapping out a return show. Every show needs a host.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I've always been the kind of person who wanted to put my friends in positions to do dope shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I busted my ass long enough to get a little bit of, like, local notoriety. But, like, it's helped me put Jay in a position where I can introduce him to this person. Or, you know, Will's introduced me to this person. Or Jay's introduced me to that person. Or vice versa, or whatever it is. So it kind of gives us all, like, it's like a cool little unit where it's, like, we can all work together. And I think that's one thing that, like, as entertainers, you see it a lot with Atlanta. You see it a lot with Texas. I'm just talking hip hop.
Yeah, no, big time. Yeah.
But like you see it, but even with on your side of things, you see it a lot with New York and LA with comedians that work together to put their friend, like Joe put on Bert. And who am I thinking
Andrew
of?
Schultz blew up after he went on Joe.
Right, like I didn't know who Ari Shaffir was until I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. And granted, I hate Ari Shaffir as a person, but
he's a Maryland boy, dude. He went
that's a foul motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever introduced me to anybody of substance besides like thick white chicks.
That's some substance, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Like, if he introduced me to one more conniving ass, I'm playing.
This nigga. All right. We're not going to put
I've already name dropped fucking Jay all day. I've already dropped him like 3 times on the comedy scene. I know where you fucking DJ, dude. I've already been a little conniving little shit with you, dude.
This coming from the nigga who's never mind. We're not gonna put Jay business on.
Not yet.
Not yet. We talked though. I know what the fuck going on. But nah, man, like
you got to say, Ray.
Huh?
Just what you got to say, Ray.
Somebody come to see you, Otis. But now, like, I just think it's dope that we have such like a cool collective of like, and it's just in Howard County. Like, I mean, John, I believe you still live here.
Yeah.
So like, just in Maryland or Howard County, like, we all live in different parts of the state, but like,
yeah.
But it's like we have like a cool
group,
like not even group, like a network of musicians from rock bands to like guys we're friends with, like from the guys in Pasadena to. You know, the guys at Bond and Bentley, to the Grill Lincolns, to, you know,
you got a lot of good
I've got a few connections to like higher ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we have all this talent and shit, and it's just like we always keep stepping on. It's like the crab in the barrel mentality. Like we all step on each other's toes and shit, and everybody wants to be the first one to do that. Like I don't give. Yeah. I said this the other day. I won't say we as villains or the Poor Decisions podcast, like. I don't feel like we're in competition with anybody.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't give a fuck what other people do, and the 2 other motherfuckers with me don't give a fuck what other people do. Like,
it's golf, dude. I can't play defense. All I can do is worry about my swing. There's nothing I can do besides myself. Like, there's like.
Bro, that's a great fucking analogy.
Yeah, like, I got no ego with it. I fucking laugh for everybody. I fucking cheer for everybody because it's what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Like, it's just you can't play defense. All you can do is swing harder. That's all you can do. That's all you can fucking do.
I like that. I'm gonna start using that shit.
Yeah, man. Because I'm tired. I can't stand the ego shit, man. It's like, we can only help ourselves. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, everybody like, oh, like. Dude, I've met you 9 times. You're still bullshitting me. Like, as a man, it gets to a point that forget being an artist. Like, as a man, like, all right, man, enough of this shit.
Just tell me the fucking truth.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dude. You know the fuck I am. Shut the fuck up. Ugh, drives me nuts.
Jay, like, on the DJ side of shit, though, like, is it like that with, like, other DJs where it's, like a low – because I see a lot of, like, DJs spinning together. But I also see like a bunch of shade and like low key like competitions and shit.
You see clicks too. For the most part, my experience with it, it's all been love. But it's just funny to be like, I'm job paranoid because it's funny to hear other DJs like, yeah, I know him. I mean, he ain't shit, but you know what? He's a good person. I'm like, God, that's that shit about me. Like, is he saying that shit about me? But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. So I would say it's all love for real. I mean, honestly, I think the energy that I put out is what I get back. So if I go out there with a chip on my shoulder, that's the type of people I'm gonna have around. And that's
you. No, I'm sorry.
And I was just gonna say, like, it's all. That's why I think it's all love. Like, I got no problem with anybody.
This is just my personal theory. I think you get the most love because you have such a nonchalant, I don't give a fuck attitude, yo.
The best.
Like, you don't really be caring like that. Like, you don't invest yourself in certain shit. And like, I commend that shit because I'm quick to pop off. Like, what? Like,
Me too.
I'm working on it. But
Nah, I will easily 86 somebody, yo. Like if I don't feel like
I've seen that shit.
No, but 86 is somebody's good.
This nigga done 86 me a few times. Like, I've seen that shit.
I blowtorch motherfuckers before I 86 them. That's the problem. I don't got to blowtorch them. I can just 86 them.
See, I can't do it, yo. I'm with you, John, yo. Like, I gotta set the world on fire. Yo.
Yeah.
It's
Horrible. It's horrible, dude.
like, I
like
can't just let shit slide, yo.
Not even just comedy, in relationships, fucking just the whole life, dude.
Wait, Will, like, what's it like on like your side of shit, like with being a photographer, but also being a part of like what I do musically, but also having runs with other friends who have musical talent and your own things and all that shit.
I've yet to actually run into any kind of like, I want to say necessarily competition, but like at the same time, I've been working with a lot of people from,
Right.
from my girlfriend, from one of my best friends, like helping me out and, teaching me things, tricks of the trade. And no issues yet. Let's just leave it at that.
I feel like
No issues yet.
this is the one thing that concerns me, and it's not about anybody in particular. I'm almost skeptical when niggas don't hate, yo. Like, that shit concerns me a little bit. Like, I don't typically get a whole lot of bad reviews on my music and shit. And I'm like, ain't no motherfucking way y'all like every song I've ever put out. Like, I know for a fact that I put out some bullshit and been like, let's just see what happens. Like, you're like, oh, yo, that's my shit. And then I'm like, all right, cool. For real? Because that shit's like poorly mixed. I didn't really say nothing on that song. Like, but I've also had niggas come up to me in bars and rap full verses of mine to me. Like, and I'm like, so like, what's the defining line? It's like, you kind of expect hate at some point, but then when you don't get it, you're like, maybe I'm doing everything right. Maybe I'm not. You start to second guess yourself. Like, am I surrounding myself with yes men?
Yeah, like if I'm that good,
I mean?
why aren't I further along or something like that?
Right.
Like if it's that tight, the fuck's happening?
Right.
It's weird.
We have these debates too, like with ticket sales and shit. It's like, yo, y'all swear y'all fuck with us. Y'all buy our merch and all this other shit. And this is not a shot to anybody. It's like, I can't tell you how many people I see with these on that have not bought a single ticket from any of us. Like, and then, like, again, please, anybody watching this is not a shot at y'all. Can y'all start wearing our shit to shows? Like, we would love to see these shirts in the crowd. You know? Like, we get them. Don't get me wrong. There are people who do that. And if you can find a DJ Muffin, like an OG DJ Muffin shirt, I swear to God, I'll let you into our next 3 shows for free. But you have to wear that shirt to every single one. That's the only way. You show up without that shirt, we charging you at the door.
That's good, man. Start challenging them. You make a sweepstakes.
Oh, bro, like when I put out this record, my boy Rob Seven, who, well, now he goes by Ravenwolf, but like he did like a really cool thing that I'm actually gonna do with my next project. It's he did like an album scavenger hunt. So basically, it forced people to listen to his whole project. So he would ask a specific question about a specific part of a song, and if you got it right, he would Venmo or Cash App you money. So like, you'd be like, yo, but it would like get harder. Like if it was something real difficult, the amount of money would be more. But if it was like something simple, he'd like send you like $10, $20. So that's actually something I'm actually going to do with my next project. Like, what's da-da-da-da-da. If you can answer that, I'll send you $100 right now.
Cash cab.
You know what I mean? Like,
Cash just check to make sure the motherfuckers are actually paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
And people start paying attention. They start paying attention because
And like, I just checked his SoundCloud the other day. He's got like 5,000 listens on like most of his songs and shit. So I was like, well, this nigga's on to something.
It's crazy how that works. Like, what works and what doesn't work when it comes to social media exposure. It's wild.
Right.
Like, there's no experiment not worth exploring.
The thing is, this is that shit I hate about social media, yo. If you're not a badass bitch, you have to work on social media, yo.
Hard.
You gotta work. Like, it's like another fucking job. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
I'm
I just had to
a
post.
regular looking white dude. I am a dying breed. I am not cool looking. I got no fucking cool shit about me, dude.
Yo,
I feel you.
Zoom is trying to segregate us as well. I don't know what everybody else's lineup looks like.
Oh no, it's white.
Yeah.
Right. Yep,
Like,
100%.
Grew a beard. Look at Will. Grew a beard. He was plain Jane. He was regular shit. He grew a beard. Look at him.
Yeah.
Will actually looked like John without the beard.
I grew a
Shut up.
I grew a horrible beard for the first time during
There's
COVID.
no photograph or proof of that.
There is. I'll find it. Trust me.
Oh, don't
You got 3 Facebook pages, nigga. I'll find it.
That was a challenge.
Trust me.
Yo, post it with the video. Post it when you repost all this shit. When you put it on YouTube, put the
Be
picture.
posted right here over my face.
How? I can too.
No,
gives
if
me
we're
the
gonna be
option.
real about it, I went through a stage where this was not this. This gloriousness was not this.
Nigga,
It was a fucking pencil thin barbecue sauce smear, chin strap line.
Body shut up.
Bro, we all did it, yo. Let's not forget that I had
Trash.
that same beard, yo.
Trash.
And Jay had
cool,
great.
you got the cool tats. Fucking, I got nothing, bro. I'm just fucking old freckles, dude.
Jay used to look like Bow Wow.
Damn, that's fucked up.
You had them long.
This time I thought it was Ja Rule.
braids, nigga.
Yo, all this time I thought it was Ja Rule. One time I went to this was when Ja Rule was hot, and I went to the aquarium and I had a date with him. And this dude stops me while I'm walking with my date. He was like, you know who you look like? I was like, Ja Rule. He's like, Ja Rule.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The mid 2000s were a weird fucking time. Yo.
Fuck yeah.
They last though. They fucking last. I
Like
still drop Ja Rule lines on girls, dude. It works all the time, dude.
Ja Rule. See, and I'm not even so much speaking about like Ja Rule. I just mean like how everybody was dressing and the music at that time. Like,
Yep, ML White too.
bro, just 17X white tees and fucking baggy
White Air Force.
Air Force
Forces.
Ones,
Yo, Jay-Z was pushing 40 and he was dressing like that.
yeah.
Bruh,
Oversized basketball jerseys.
that
Oh, that was a
here's the
huge
shit
thing.
that killed me. I never got this shit. This is and we can all attest to this. I'm gonna do one for the black folks and one for the white folks.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure how not too many people did not die from heat stroke. On the hip hop side of things, we were doing long white tees with long ass throwback jerseys or any kind of jersey. Do-rags.
A sweatband.
With 2 sweatbands and wristbands.
Wait. And maybe a shooter sleeve.
Possibly.
Definitely a shooter sleeve.
In the middle of August.
Yeah.
Like,
Down to the shoe, right to the shoe. Not
with jeans on.
Yeah.
The jeans on.
With gym shorts under the jeans. Like, niggas was really walking around like this, like, comfortable. Does anybody, Jay, I know you remember this shit. The super long ass keychains with the beads on them and shit.
Yeah, they stopped at your dick.
Yeah. Now, for the other side of the screen.
Zoom is on that bullshit. Go ahead.
How many polos were y'all really going to put on with the collars all the way up? Y'all niggas was out here looking like Count Chocula in fucking the middle of the summer.
And then we got verified by 3-6 after 3-6 was over.
Oh,
We got verified, dude. It got way worse. It got way worse.
oh my God.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, it got so much worse.
A much simpler time of the most bullshit.
I thought I was the hottest shit in high school when my pops handed me down about 8 different Polo brand polo shirts. And I was walking through my senior year of high school with like the red joint with the white polo, or the blue one with the red polo.
Yeah.
With the blue
Vintage
undershirt
shit.
to match
Shit
the
that nowadays you can't find.
Yeah.
But them shits did not breathe, yo.
No.
That shit was
Fuck
like
no.
wearing a restaurant napkin.
Absolutely.
like,
100%.
like dead at them shits were
100%.
like downy thick, yo. Just
Mm-hmm.
sweating. Just for no fucking everybody
it got
smelled
way
like
worse.
Curve. Like
Popping
everybody
my
smelled
collar.
like Jean-Paul Gaultier or Curve. Like
Curve. Yeah.
I still wear Jean-Paul Gaultier to this day though. That shit smells good. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But yeah, like but just does anybody have any negatives about what the fuck we do?
That's
Well, I
funny.
got a few.
Oh yeah, Oh, we go back to entertaining.
Yeah.
Or we're talking about in
We're
2000s.
just
Because
having
I
around.
got
This is
negatives
our
on
podcast.
both.
This is our podcast. We do what the fuck we want here.
Right. That's right.
We
All right.
don't-
I'm gonna come out with it. I'm just gonna straight up say it. Stop telling me a week after the show when I see you at the bar, oh, if I had known about it, I would have been there. Bro,
Speak to my
we
soul.
post on everything
Every
about everything every fucking day.
That's that guilt. It's a guilt lie. Like, oh man, if I knew about it, and you put a gun in my head, and you gave me a ticket for free, and then drove me home, I would have gone. I swear, it would have been dope.
Oh, you missed a few steps in there, John. Drove me, paid for my entry, paid for my bar tab, then drove me home.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a bitch.
Even simpler than that, dude. Me and you talked about this before, Xavier, dude. Fucking, just like and share my video. It costs you nothing. There's no clout about your page. If you really care about me, just fucking share it. Go fuck yourself.
Bruh, all right, so here's what pisses me off about this shit.
Your
Here's what
UFO.
really
I'm sorry.
pisses me off.
Did I ruin your UFO video? Fuck you. Just fucking
Here's-
share it, motherfucker. Fuck you.
What pisses me off the most about that shit is how often do you sit there and do this all day?
All day. I just share random.
Not even that. Instagram.
Yeah.
Fucking any TikTok, fucking whatever it is.
Like it. It's
Bruh.
not cool or not cool. Just fucking do it, faggot.
It's the same motion.
Oh, it drives
But
me
like-
nuts.
The one that irks me the most. How'd your show go?
Don't know.
I have no idea how it went.
I wasn't
I
there.
have no
One
idea.
Dad.
It's not even that. And here's my reasoning for this. Like, everybody thinks I'm an asshole when I say this shit. Everyone thinks I'm a dick when I say this shit. I don't know. And they're like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you don't know? You were there. Right.
Right.
However,
Physically.
you might have thought it was ass. I can't answer that question for you.
Right.
So it's a subjective thing. Like,
Mhm.
you might have been there and been like, I don't like this. I can't tell you that the show was good because I'm not you. Like, and people, once I explain it to people, they're like, oh, that does make a lot of sense. But like, I don't know. Like, certain people had fun and certain people didn't. So it really depends on who you ask. You should, and I hate to say it, you should have been there. You would have been able to create a fucking, because I can tell you it was dope. And then you can go to the next motherfucker over and be like, that dude's ass.
Mhm.
Like, that whole squad is trash. Like, it's a matter of your opinion.
Yeah,
But
that's funny.
Jack?
Jay,
Jay just be mad because I be hounding his ass show day. Where the fuck are you?
and I'm like,
Jay,
like,
I'm right around the corner and show up 45 minutes later.
huh?
I said, you'll text me and be like, yo, I'm in the parking lot, and then walk in 45 minutes later.
I do that.
I'm like, what was you doing in the parking lot? I was like, I wasn't in the parking lot. Yeah, I was like, I had just left my house. Like,
That probably happened once.
yeah, a few times. But
But it's kind of fun, make it, cause like, yo, I've been on, and Kyle, I know you're gonna be like, I have too, but like, I've been on stage. I've been like in front of people all my fucking life. So like when it comes down to D-Day, if I'm absolutely late or I can't make it, I'll tell you. But if I can make it and then still get my job done, I need to fucking sit on a donut or something.
This nigga is high.
No, ask her.
No, I feel you on that. Like, I'm just one of those people when it comes to show day where it's just like Will tell you, because Will's probably with me the most on show days. I don't really like to do a whole lot of talking before we get to the venue.
Save your voice.
Like, it's not even that. It's like people call me. You got any tickets left? I've been selling tickets for 2 months. Like, what time do you go on? I don't know. Like,
fucking show.
Like,
Come to the show.
I really don't like, and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I genuinely do not know. Like,
yeah, me neither.
We don't get set times till usually, well, when we were with a different company, we got set times like 2 or 3 days before. But there's certain shows we've done, we didn't get set times till we got there.
Yeah.
Like, and we've had to like take a picture of that shit and then post it on our social media. Like, this is the time we go on. Like, I tell people all the time, I usually don't find out what time we go on until the day before or the day of the show.
Come support the whole show, so I look good. Just we need everyone needs a crowd, man. Like, it ain't fun. It ain't fun opening in front of nobody who doesn't give a shit. Like, ugh.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And I say this to artists all the time, man. It's just like, stay for the whole show, man. Like, we see it so often where it's just like people do their set and they're just like, all right, yo, I'll catch you around. And it's just like y'all just watch your entire set. Like,
yeah.
Like, I just sat here and watched every minute of your set and you're going to leave.
Yeah.
But
happened to me the other night. Dude, I started cursing these people out walking out. It's like, I sat through your horse shit for 45 minutes. Fuck yourselves, you fucking bum-ass joke. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that started my bomb. That started my bomb, dude. I was
I've never seen this side of you, John. Holy shit.
Sales meeting, that's me ever. Fuck you. Respect is earned, respect is given, dude. Like, I get respect. Your little corny ass back here with your dumb ass white joke.
John, you're barking, son. You're barking. Right, I don't even hear words anymore. Yo, I was like, oh, fuck.
Russia. I turned into
Yo went full Donald Duck.
Joe Pesci in Home Alone.
Yo, can't nobody rant like Joe Pesci, dog. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Can't nobody rant like Joe Pesci.
And nobody rant like Kramer. That was a rant.
Oh, that Kramer rant.
Are we gonna call that a rant?
God bless him.
Are we gonna call that a rant?
I'll put it this way. My favorite quote about that was Dave Chappelle. He goes, as a comedian, I hear him.
Right.
But as a black man, I'm like, yo, come on.
Yo, but like the realest shit about that Kramer situation is I've been there. I've been in his shoes. Like,
hecklers, man.
Yeah. Jay, I think, was that one of our first shows together where we got heckled?
How do you handle hecklers as your way, dude?
Logic.
You have the microphone.
Here's how I handle hecklers. Is literal logic. And Jay, I'm gonna run through this scenario, and I guarantee it was one of our first shows together.
Okay.
Somebody booed from the crowd. It was only one person. I think it was Baltimore Soundstage. And my response was, hey, I have a microphone, a DJ, and a PA system. Nobody can hear you, yo. Jay, play the next song. And he went right into the next song.
Oh, that's great.
Like,
that's good.
I'm not going to argue with you. Whatever, I have a sound system, my nigga. Like, this is a multi-$1,000 sound system. You think I'm about to stand up here and go back and forth with you? Yeah. Nigga, drop them 808s, yeah. Like, let's knock the lights out in this bitch. Like, I don't.
That's a dope way of drowning a motherfucker.
Like, there's nothing. What are you gonna do? Yell over this fucking sound system that's rattling the room?
Yeah.
Come on.
How do
Yeah,
you
'cause, like,
handle it, Johnny?
I look for crowd. Sometimes crowd works for me if they hit me right, if I hear it right, and it's
Mhm.
but like there's a difference between like trying to be funny. You're trying to be the center of attention. I'll crush you. But if you're just like commenting on what I just said in like a weird way, I'll run with that.
Hmm.
So it's like it's a split-second decision between beating them over the head with my words or working with them a little bit. But then then it's a fine line. You work with a guy who's drunk, who's funny once. Now they think it's our show together.
Right.
You got, all right, man, that's enough out of you, bro.
You know who's really good at that balancing crowd work? Andrew Schultz.
Oh, he's best at it.
Like,
He's
hands
control the whole
down.
time.
Like, I mean, the fact that he can literally just put up 20-minute clips of crowd work on YouTube is
so good.
amazing to me.
He's
It's
so
like his
smart.
ability to just riff,
Yeah.
like boom, 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 like that. It's like sometimes it seems like he doesn't even go on stage with a set. Like he's just like, all right, I'm here.
All right, let's do this. He knows culture. He knows Pete. He's a smart dude. That's part of it. Like, but there's a difference between a drunk asshole trying to be the center of attention. Like, I'm funnier than you. Like, well, then get on stage, dude. Then fucking
Will's the
sign
drunk
up.
asshole who likes to be the center of attention.
Yeah. So you got to bash them. You got to end
Will
them
do
or
that.
get them kicked out. Like, gets to the point of like, somebody grab this motherfucker, dude. But other than that, crowd work it's interesting to find. You got to walk that fine line.
I mean, that's something we also have to do. We just have a saving grace if it don't work. Like, I mean, but they'll tell, like, I mean, I don't know if you've seen our shows, but we'll tell you, I'm big on crowd work. I mean, it's literally I'd say like 60% of our set. Like, if it's not call and response, it's the first line to anything. If it's not that, it's like something in one of our choruses, or like, we're doing a, party over here, ain't shit over there, or, when we do ATFU. Like,
it's almost like calling out your punchline before you get to it. Like, motherfucker, I'll kill
nah,
you.
I don't know, bruh. It's hard. Back me up here. I
Gotcha.
need you to back me up here. Jono, I rap fast than a motherfucker. So to those moments where we get to call and respond are moments where we can breathe.
Yeah. Time.
Like, I don't know where I developed this style of multisyllabic, like staccato rapping. Well, I do know where I developed it from. I stole a whole nigga style and made it mine. But like that shit is like, when we do Come On Baby, well, I love doing that shit because it's on the core. There's no chorus to that song. It's just, we do a call and response. So it's like, he gets to breathe for a second, I get to breathe for a second. He gets to breathe for a second, I get to breathe for a second. Typically, why Come On Baby is usually in the middle of the set. Like,
you build your set around it a little bit, just because how fast it is.
I always know where that song's gonna be before I put a set together. Like, I never know where I'm gonna start, and I never know where I do know where I'm gonna finish. We finish with the same goddamn song every show. But like,
I'm gonna talk about Song for Breath. Jesus.
That's another one. Like, Swerve is not the easiest song to do. It wasn't the easiest song to record. But like, that's the one thing that I guess my point more or less is like, we have fallbacks where you don't have that shit. Like, you've got to be funny.
Oh yeah.
From start to finish. We can kind of slack a little bit. Jay be ad-libbing sometimes. Like, it just gives us room to be like,
yeah. You can find slack too. Like, I'll go for a drink, or I'll go to a beer to kind of collect my thoughts and be like, all right, that didn't work. Where am I going next?
right.
And also, that's where a heckler comes out big. Any gap in lack of sound is their time to shine too. So it actually helps too. Giving me more time too. Like, all right, this guy's popping off. I can just go back and forth with him real quick. But I'm still I'm still talking, not even know what I'm saying, just thinking about my next move.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, it's but you guys, man, going out live again is gonna be tough. I mean, how quick you guys are getting your breath back and getting on stage shape is gonna be tough, man.
Bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you, these two are in way better shape than I am. Like, we'll be working out. Jay is just skinny.
It's like even like singing though, it's still like speaking of even just speaking to any mic, whether you're singing or whatever.
Mhm.
It's a whole nother level of until you do it. It's a whole nother kind of workout by itself.
And and I think I think if we're just going to be candid about it, like that's one of the things I had to work with Will on, is like being able to control your voice and like knowing when to breathe and not being afraid to be like, hey, I can't hear myself. You know what I mean? Because that's the one thing a lot of performers don't understand is those wedges in the front of the stage are so you don't have to yell.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like get confused by the volume coming at them. So they're like, well, the music's loud, so I have to be loud. But no,
Yeah.
the music is loud, so you don't have to be loud. You can just,
Yeah, that's different. That's different.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I deal with, like, it's like a
what were you saying,
different.
Will?
I only deal with
No.
PA versus a nice one, but yeah, that's a
No.
whole other ballpark.
I was going off of what you said, speaking from personal experience, coming from like a metal hardcore background where I'm constantly yelling,
Mhm.
like just yelling, to going to hip hop. Yeah, our first
You're
show,
just
I'm
loud.
just loud.
Yeah.
That's just turned me down.
And there's nothing wrong with being loud at a
Yeah.
hip hop show. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah,
but the one thing you do have to, I think rhythmically, it's a lot. I mean, both of us being metal fans, I think rhythmically it changes a lot of the dynamic where you can sustain a note or a scream or whatever in a metal band or a rock band. Where us, it's more it's more
Mhm.
rhythmic where you have to like
Yeah.
know when to breathe instead of just breathing where you feel like it.
right.
You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things that a lot of people underestimate as, you know, as far as being, because I have a question for you about this, John. But I think that's another thing that a lot of people underestimate. Like everyone's like, it's easy to rap, and then they have to do it, and then they realize it's not easy to rap. Like,
And work a stage, and yeah,
and be 300 pounds and do all that at the same time.
yeah.
But John, this is my question. I've always wondered this: how do comedians put sets to, like, not put sets together, but like when you're in your flow, like you're just doing your shit, like how do y'all remember setups and like what material you're gonna do or like all that shit?
Yeah, it's gonna sound cliche, but you got like your kind of tent poles,
Mhm.
like say I'm doing 15 minutes. I gotta have 5 killer longer premises to make sure I get to 15 minutes no matter what. And I can kill time and I can take shit out of any one of them. But it's like as long as I have a premise rather than an actual joke that I know I got to get to, like one can run longer, kind of reset and be like, so bitches, right? And then get into bitches. So it's kind of like, it's weird. It's like, for me, because I'm not like a setup punch guy where it's just joke.
Mhm.
It's kind of a little bit of storytelling with jokes in the middle, like, but mini stories. Like, I'm trying to get better at like longer stories. They're hard to do, man. Like, it just has so much time and repetition working on it.
So
I
by
think
not
the greatest
doing,
storytelling is jokes. Jokes is Dave. Can't nobody storytell a joke like
No.
Dave can.
No one. It's such an art. Like, it's beyond like stand-up comedy too. Like, to keep your attention, and he can go minutes without even telling a joke, and you're still like
Engaged.
like what's he gonna say next? It's wild. But I can't afford that. It's still like joke, half a story.
What
Bullshit.
were you saying, Will?
no, I was literally about to ask basically the same idea of what he just finished up with. So
Got you.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I have like a whole different level of respect for stand-up comedians, bro.
absolutely.
I got different for you guys too, man. I love what you guys do. You're pouring your heart out. You're fucking working hard. On much more a higher level. It's way higher level than what I'm doing too. Like,
Bro, I
the
started
production-
where you at, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I want to get to
Like-
your guys' level. Number one, like I'm not there yet. Just takes time, dude. You know what I'm saying? You guys been how long you guys been in the game now?
I've been rapping since I was 16.
Yeah. mean, shit.
I'll be 34 in 2 months.
Yeah, more than half your life.
But like even with Jay, like Jay and I met, we were young when we met, probably what, like 21 and 25?
It was back in 2008, something like that.
Yeah, like speaker boxing days and shit. Like that's how Jay and I met. And then Will and I have known each other since we were probably about the same age, like 21-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, but we didn't all start doing music together. I was already doing music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that in high school.
And then I was doing music, and then through that, that's how like I met Will. Really didn't even join until what, like 2-3 years ago.
About that. Yeah.
So
about
I've been doing this by myself
3
for
years
a while.
now.
Like, I had gone through multiple DJs before I even asked Jay. Like, and I was convinced Jay was gonna say no. Like I knew he was just gonna be like, nah, man, it's not really my shit. And literally, I was like, hey man, you want to be my DJ? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, I ain't had nothing.
Oh, damn.
Like, I got nothing after that. Like, cool.
Yeah.
So I got a show in like 6 weeks. You in? He was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. Like,
Yeah.
and then I think our first show together was Redman, was it not?
No, it was like White Boy, fucking Wax.
Oh, that was our first show together, Wax?
Mhm.
And that's not bad. That wasn't a bad turnout. I got
Wax?
Wax that day too.
Is that the
I got
DJ
really
Wax?
drunk that night. Huh?
Is Wax the DJ?
Now, Wax is a rapper he's originally from Maryland, but he moved to LA.
All right.
But then he used to be down with he was like real tight with like the Grilled Lincolns in Pasadena and all those
cool,
guys
cool,
and
cool,
shit.
yeah.
And then he ended up moving to LA.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's from here and shit.
That's
But Will, what was our first show together?
Higher education.
I always want to say it was Milk Boy.
No. Higher education.
That's still my favorite show we've ever done.
That's by far my favorite show.
Oh, it was such a good show.
That crowd was amazing.
I mean, like I put that above Tech. We've talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That was one of those shows. Like the crowd reaction for Tech was different because it was like I've never heard a group of people yell "ain't shit over there" so loud in my entire life. Like
They're both similar in their aspects, but also different. Like the crowd for Tech was a bunch of people. I mean, there was a handful of our people, but it was a bunch of people we didn't know. Like,
nigga, we saw.
I'm talking in general.
Okay.
Talking in general. Like, we're talking about the whole entire Baltimore soundstage. Like, there's a handful in the grand scheme of things. It's a drop in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said, you've got, like I said, a handful of people that are our people, and then you've got a bunch of people we don't fucking know singing back the words, screaming the words back at us. That's Tech. But when you go to Milk Boy, we were in College Park, bro, and that was
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday, and that was all of our people.
And they're from College Park, right? They got that place packed out.
We borderline sold out Milk Boy Art House. Like, it's like 100 more tickets, and we would have sold that bitch out.
That place shut down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Uh-huh.
I think so, yeah. Because they were doing stand-up there when I first moved back to Maryland, and then went away.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they it shut down. Like, I don't know the actual reason, but one can only assume trying to run a state-of-the-art club / bar in a college town where nobody has money.
Yeah.
Like,
That makes sense.
that was the first time we used top-of-the-line Shure microphones. Like, that was everything in that. From what I heard, everything that was in that club sonically was like ordered by University of Maryland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was all top of the line, like art kids and, you know what I mean, equipment for art kids and shit.
Yeah. I was talking to Antonio Irvin. He was DJing up there for a while. You run around.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I actually haven't talked to him in years, but
I
know
haven't seen him in a long time.
That was one of those shows where, like, I really felt like because we had, funny enough, we had a stand-up comedian as a host, Sean Savoy.
Sean Savoy, I know that name. I met that guy.
Like, he knows how to work a room. Like, that was one of those shows that just, like, went off on a pitch. You know what I mean? It was just, like, there were no fuck-ups, no stalls, nothing. Like, it was just a perfect show.
That's cool.
And then we all proceeded to get annihilated. Like,
Did we ever?
but let's see how much longer we got. We got like a minute. So closing thoughts on being an artist. Jono, you're the guest, so I'm gonna let you open this one up.
Man, it's fun. It's hard. But it's worth doing, dude. It's a lot of fun. I don't get that fear feeling anywhere else in life, and I need it, dude. I need it, or I'm gonna go crazy. Like I was missing it, and I got it now, and I love it, dude. Love it.
Wholeheartedly agree.
We're not running from the police anymore, John.
Face him like a man.
Well,
Beat me like a man.
I'm gonna close out with something that I'm actually gonna steal it off of your page, Kyle.
all right.
There was something you said a while back and you shared it in regards to this whole entire coronavirus and everything too.
Mm.
If this COVID-19, this coronavirus, quarantine, all this bullshit doesn't bring out the hustler in you,
It ain't in you.
it ain't for you and it ain't in you. And we are hustling. And best believe the comeback is going to be 10 times stronger.
20 to 20, whatever the fuck. Whatever it is. Like,
Yeah. And there's nothing like just piggybacking also, there's nothing like what we do.
Nothing.
For all the shit that we go through for it, the ups, the downs, there ain't nothing like it.
that's facts. Jay, or do you want to close out, Jay?
No, you can close out. I want to say I love the fact that it's a very humbling experience, being an artist.
Yeah, man.
You can see it's very cutthroat too. Like,
Mhm.
it makes it
sure.
humbling as well. Like you get a lot of good feedback, but at the same time, you're always like on your guard about creatively, like what should I make next to be ahead of the game.
Right.
But it's really humbling. I was actually kind of blessed by this whole COVID thing because I was able to practice more and then learn things I didn't even know about to become that next level, whatever I want to be.
Right.
So super humbling. It's super cool. Like I've done shit with Kyle. I've done shit just being on my own that I've never thought I'd be able to do. That's it, man. I mean, I got nothing funny to say on that one. I'm just real humble by it.
And to piggyback off of what Jay said, because I know we try to keep a lot of this like very humor based and all that other shit, but it's like cool to like have these conversations. So like my thing is this. I love what I do. Like I wouldn't change this shit for the world. I've busted my ass I'm gonna put the blunt down. I've busted my ass for too many fucking years on a pipe dream. You see what I'm saying? Like on a legitimate pipe dream. Like years of niggas telling me you take this shit too seriously. Years of niggas telling me like, man, like, what are you gonna do if this don't work? I don't have a backup plan, yo. Like that's the shit people don't get. I do not have a backup plan. Like Will Smith said this shit, and this is what really caused me to say fuck everything else. I think it was Will Smith. If you have a plan B, that's taking away from time for your plan A. I don't have a backup plan. Like, I love what I do, and I have full commitment and belief in myself. And the three, or I'd say three because there's three people here, but the two motherfuckers who get on stage with me. You know what I mean? Like, my goal has always been to put myself and the people around me in a better financial position. And I don't give a fuck what I have to do that. Like, if that means I gotta, like, start a fucking podcast or record every fucking day or just do hole-in-the-wall shows so we can make some money to build notoriety, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, I respect everybody on here for their different things and what they do, what we do independently, but after this, I truthfully would like to, I mean, clearly 2 or 3 of us work together, but John, I would like to do some shit with you. Whether getting you on a skit or having you host a show with us or, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Like,
anything, man, definitely.
If I'm around people who are passionate like about the shit like I am, it doesn't necessarily have to be hip hop. Jay might be passionate about more his graphic design than being my DJ. You know what I mean? Will might be more into his photography than being my hype man, or what I might be into this podcast more than rapping. But we still come together and make shit work. And so I have a great appreciation for anybody who supports the 4 people on this screen. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in to the goddamn Poor Decisions podcast. I'm Xavier motherfucking James, a.k.a. Talladega James.
Thanks for having me, fellas. I appreciate it, man.
What's your name, motherfucker? Where can people find you?
Shit.
Johnny O at Johnny O Comedy, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Johnny O Comedy. Thank you, boys.
Did you forget your Christian mingle?
My Christian Tingle. It's still Johnny O. It's still Johnny O Comedy.
I am Willie Graves on everything.
I'm DJ A1.
Hey, and go follow, like, real shit. If you're gonna watch this and you don't already follow us at Mr. Xavier James on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
They all have they're all the same on everything. I'm the only one that's different. But been real, guys. Thanks for tuning in. James, feeling shit.